Welcome to Market Recap Live. I am your host, Joseph Martin, and I have an awesome show for you guys tonight. Y'all are definitely in for a treat, and y'all got to pray for me. I'm so glad it's Friday. This has been one of the toughest weeks of my life, sitting up here, getting all this content together and getting everything situated and organized for these shows. Oh my goodness, I got a little headache right now, but we gonna be all right. We gonna get it through. So in the process of setting up for tonight and getting everything going, and I'm gonna chat a little to give some people time to tune in, give us a little bit more time right here, and not just go strictly off the prompter and script real quick. Oh, I got this little headache. Getting the script together and doing the research before the live stream tonight, I got thrown a curveball. So what I've started noticing now that we're being consistent with doing these live streams is that some of these companies that end up on the top or the bottom or right around earnings, they end up having a large movement. That large movement causes them to shoot either to the top of the winner that we discuss daily, or drop right to the bottom. So we end up going over their website and looking at their website and checking everything out. And then like a day or two later, they the topic of discussion again. So it's kind of silly to be looking at their website again, because they pretty much do the same thing they've been doing from 3 days ago to the time we go back to review what they have going on. So as we go through this stuff tonight, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I've made a few changes with how we're going to do this presentation. For example, how I'm chatting now before I actually just dive into everything. We've been releasing some content on Original Greatness Uncut. I usually wait to the end of the show to talk about that. But I'm telling you now, because I need to take a breath and get some water to get my mind together. All right, so let's go ahead and get rolling. All right, we are taking a look at ticker ULTA. You might know them better as Ulta Beauty Incorporated. Ulta Beauty started in 1990 as a one-stop shop for all things beauty, combining high-end salon services with both luxury and drugstore products. Now they are a global leader in beauty retail, operating over 1,350 stores across the United States. Ulta Beauty's primary competitors are Sephora, Macy's, and Amazon. So today we're going to review Ulta Beauty's earnings and take a look at their website. And I got a treat for you guys tonight. We're going to do this a lot smoother. I think this looks better than how we've been doing it. So check this out. Oh, I didn't even talk about the stream poll. So we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. So let's get this chat going. I don't have it pulled up. We about to pull it up. Let's get this chat going. Here we go. So let us know where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you are tuning in from YouTube, and put a FB in the chat if you are tuning in from Facebook. YT for YouTube and FB for Facebook. We are building a community over here for people who want to take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. Streaming schedule. We are streaming Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. All right, so let's get to it. So here's the treat I said I have for you guys, to be able to go over the earnings. I think this looks a lot better, so hopefully it works. So here we go. Bam. So we're going to do it like this now. Ulta Beauty, ticker symbol ULTA, the $23.7 billion consumer discretionary leader, reported its fourth quarter and full year 2025 earnings yesterday, March 12, 2026. Ulta is listed in the specialty retail industry inside the consumer discretionary sector. They have a 52-week high of $714.97 and a 52-week low of $320. $323.36, which is a trading range of $391.61, and closed today at $535.72. Ulta Beauty's earnings report beat on the top line and matched bottom line expectations, but a cautious outlook for 2026 sent the stock tumbling today. Let me get a sip of water. Yeah, sent the stock plummeting. Ooh, tumbling. They said plummeting. They said tumbling. I say plummeting. Plummeting. Today, they reported revenue of $3. Oh, I don't know why I keep saying it like this. Okay, they reported revenue for $3.9 billion, which was higher than the market expectations of $3.81 billion. Their EPS were higher than the analyst expectations of $7.93 when they reported an adjusted EPS of $8.01. Ulta Beauty reported a GAAP net income of $356.7 million for the quarter, which is lower than the $382.1 million net income they reported the same quarter last year, which is a decrease of 6.6%. So for the fourth fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 6.6% lower than it is compared to now. Okay, that calculation is off. So I'm letting you know that now. One of those are wrong. So this is part of this script thing I've been fighting all week. And that's why I told you I'm glad it's Friday. But those numbers should not be the same. So I'm giving you that disclaimer about that now. So Ulta Beauty's 52-week high of $714.97 took place in February 2026. And today the stock reached a daily high of $579.45. The stock faced heavy selling pressure all day, closing down over 14%. This represents a decline of 25% over a span of approximately 1 month. Ooh, boy. Ooh-wee. So if somebody invested $1,000 at that high, they currently would be seeing a loss of $250. They would have lost 25% in their investment. The earnings were released yesterday after the bell, followed by a 4:30 p.m. conference call. Management's guidance for 2026 was the real story, with concerns over operating margins dropping to 12.2% due to higher advertising costs and corporate investments. All right. So website and links. Let's look at a couple of things on their website. And for your convenience, the companies featured in tonight's stream are down in the description. So now you know. Let's switch this up and go to their website. We don't need the ticker. I hope this is right. Let me click this button. Booyah. Yes. All right. So we good. Let's zoom in a little bit. That's not the right button. There we go. All right. So let's go over their website and see what they have to offer. They got some makeup for the beautiful ladies, or make the ladies more beautifuler. So they got beauty products galore. It ain't much to read. This is just all pictures. 50% off beauty steals. Earn 5 times the points when you buy online and pick up in-store, curbside. Oh, this is definitely just targeted towards just selling everything. Did we see anything about at the top? Find store, gift card, shop new. Nope. So if you've been sticking around, you know that we look for about and investments. They don't have none of that at the top. So we might be surprised. We might be in some trouble when we go down here trying to find that information, but we gonna see. So plan your beauty steals on your radar. Neutral Eye Collection just dropped by K Beauty. You don't see a man on here nowhere, do you? So you know they targeting the women good. Skincare, makeup, brushes. Men need lotion. Just in case you was thinking, so what a man gonna be here for? We want to smell good. You want to do this thing? We need some chapstick. Not necessarily no lipstick, but chapstick. Pedicures and manicures. Get it buffed. You take care of yourself. Is that a dude? I think that's a dude in there. So Ulta Beauty Community. There's cologne. Everything ain't perfumes. All right, let me take me off the screen so we can see this section that was blocking. So down here at the bottom, Under get help, nope, our company. So here's the section we're looking for. About us. There's the diversity, equity, inclusion, and investors. This interests me when I see this on website. That's why I mentioned it. But the main thing we look at is about us and the investors. So let's see what they say about the company when we go to about us. Put me back on the screen. All right. About Ulta Beauty. We have been visionaries since day one. Seeing possibilities is what we did when we first created All Things Beauty. All in one place. A store experience that connected with how beauty lovers actually shop, and it forever changed the game. The possibilities are beautiful. Our goals: celebrating the role of beauty in our lives, redefining how beauty is portrayed, like in our beauty campaign, our beauty and campaign, supporting trailblazing causes, and driving more meaningful purpose for our brand, our company, and our guests. Together, we will change what beauty means to the world. Their vision: to be the most loved beauty destination of our guests and the most admired retailer by our Ulta Beauty associates, communities, partners, and investors. Okay, they highlighted the investors. I like that. Mission: every day we use the power of beauty to bring to life the possibilities that lie within each of us, inspiring every guest and enabling each associate to build a fulfilling career. Values: work toward our vision and mission with our values at the heart of everything we do. Give wow experiences, improve always, win together, love what you do, own what you do. That's right. That's accountability right there. Own what you do. Be accountable. Champion diversity. There's more diversity. Respect and safety. Why you'll love shopping with us. And a bunch of products right there. They got some photos for you, don't they? I thought that was the same woman. Why you'll love working with us. So that's targeting some employees. The salon at Ulta Beauty. They got salons at they stores. I don't know. I think Ulta was something I used to see, Ulta Beauty in the malls or something when I was in the mall. But this is a storefront. So they got their own stores from what I'm seeing from the website. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the investors section. And remember, if I'm going too fast or if some things that you want to dive deeper into, the links to these websites are down in the description for your convenience. You can always scroll through, shop, do whatever you want to do. So we've clicked on the investors section. And I like the fact that it's big, it's blown up. I know I zoomed in, but compared to some of what we see on some of these websites, it'd be a small little section. So I like that they got this popped out real clear. So 12.4 billion net sales increased 9.7% to 12.4 billion, primarily due to increased comparable sales, the acquisition of Space NK and sales from new stores. Comparable sales increased 5.4%, driven by a 3.3% increase in average ticket and 2% increase in transactions. Diluted earnings per share increased 1.2% to $25.64. Operating income was 1.5 billion or 12.4% of net sales. So this was the margin they was talking about. And I believe, don't quote me, do your research, that the margin is between the profit, like your profit margin. So you got revenue, that's the total amount of money that's coming in, and then the cost of running the business, and then what's left is your profit. So out of the revenue, 12.4% of the revenue is your profit margin. So when they say margins, I think that's what they're referring to. But do your own research, fact check me to find out if that's what it is. All right, let's see if they got some more stock information we could find, like the charts. This is just repeating what was up there. What we need, a different color? Y'all peep that? That's the same thing. It's just a different color. All right, company info. Let's see if this say anything different. I'm just glancing. So the president and chief executive officer. Okay, there go up. We seeing what, 2 men on the whole website. At least this dude, the chief financial officer, and then it was one dude hugged up with a bunch of females in one of the other pictures earlier. Okay, 3 dudes, 4 dudes, 5 dudes, spoke too soon, 6. The dudes all with the money. You peep that? There's some women in here, don't get me wrong. But all the women was shopping. They was shopping. Then when we go to the money page, all these dudes pop up. There's women in here too. But this is where the dudes was hitting at on the website. They on the money page. All right, stock, financial info, balance sheet, stock data. Okay, here we go. Let's go to the charts. Woo, look at that drop off. Zoof. Wow. Okay, this is a line chart. Let's go to candlesticks. They gapped down. If you don't know what that term is, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for this show tonight, but next week, I'm gonna have some links down in the description for some candlestick books that you guys can purchase or check out from a library. Just give you the information so you'll know what the names of these books are. So if you want to start looking at these patterns and knowing what these terms mean, those would be the books that I recommend that you check out. And I don't like, can you zoom in on this chart? Like, I see that you can change the time frame, but you can't really change the I wish I knew how to say it. You can't expand the candles. Like they're fixed. You can expand the time frame by clicking at the bottom. So this is 1 day, 5 day, 1 month, 3 months. But to like, if I wanted to zoom in and space the candles like I do on the chart, which we're gonna do a little later, you'll see what I'm talking about. And then down here at the bottom, the volume bar, you can see that this bar is much higher than all these previous days. It cleared all of that. So they had extreme volume today compared to the previous days. And I talked about my percentile rank label on my chart. So when we look at it, it should be above 95%. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 100%, but I'm gonna point that out to you when we look at the charts after this. Historical data. Still showing charts, okay, and a bunch of historical data. So over here we see the dates, and then they give you basically a summary about what happened that day. So this is just the numbers versus you having to read the candles or whatever chart you choose to use. That's what we're looking at over here. All right, so let's go. I think we got enough with this company. So let's go over to the actual charts on Thinkorswim. And put the ticker up on the screen with me. All right, here we go. So this is the spot we're gonna put in ULTA, ULT. In the symbol box, ULTA. Ooh, that looks so bad. Oh, so let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm about to zoom in. We couldn't do that on the other chart we just looked at. So I was able to zoom in, and this is the candle for today. So the data is going to be in this floating box that we use. So they opened at $566.28. They had a high of $579.45. They had a low of $534.68. And then they had a close of $535.72. The trading range was $44.77. Now, the percentile that I was talking about, and I said it was going to be like 100%, I'm about to point to it for you. It's 98.4%. So I didn't get it on the nose exactly, but it was real close to 100%. So this is what this tells me when I look at those volume bars, and I was able to pretty much tell you where it was going to be. That's not that far off from telling you it was going to be 100%. But what I like about this tool, it tells you how much more volume happened that particular day compared to the past 252 trading days. So I can glance right here at this tool and find out that only 4 days out of the last trading year had more volume than today. I can get that information that quick by looking at the chart. So that's what I'm seeing. And the books I was telling you about, they would tell you that this right here is a gap. So let me point right here. Let me take this floating box off because that's distracting because I'm talking about something different. So we cut this off, go to apply, click OK. So right here, is the low of the previous day candle, this bottom tail, which they call a wick. At the top or the bottom is a tail. They call it a wick, or either or. So yesterday, between the low and the high of today, this is the gap. There's no trading action within here. Between the trading sessions, there may be some trades there in the extended hours, but just to simplify what I'm saying, there's no trading activity in there during normal trading hours. This would be a gap or a window. This is what they would tell you in those books that I'm going to put in the descriptions next time we do the live stream for you to be able to see it. But this is a huge gap. It's a gap of over, so if we round that like $42, that's a $42 trading range gap. And I'm rounding it off. I'm not looking at the cents. But this is what it looks like on the chart. So now another way to look at this, the close is down here. So let me zoom in and show you what this looks like real quick. So if I put this on the close, this is where they closed at today. Let me double check. If I mouse over, they closed today at $535.72. Exactly. So that's what it tells me over here, right? So now when I zoom out, let me zoom a little bit back in. This is where the price is now. So everybody that purchased this stock above that line is losing money now. So when you're able to read the charts, that's what I can see that you would have to learn. Every candle above this line traded at a higher price than where the price is now. That's how I know everybody that purchased from this date, pretty much this date in this area. So what date would that be? This candle right here, this green one, the date is at the bottom of the screen. It says 11/28. It's really small, but November 28th. So from November 28th to today, everybody that purchased that stock, over, I want to say 95% of them are losing money because these wicks are very small. It was a few times where it was below that line. But if you even bought there, your profit was extremely higher than what it is right now. You got a fraction of that profit now if you held on to it during all this time when it was up here, only to give it all back. Ooh-wee. All right, we spent a lot of time on this company, but I think it was very informative. So let's move on. We don't have no chat going on right now, so it ain't like we rushed anybody. But let's move on. All right, so mobile limitations. This is what I should have told you before we even looked at the chart, but let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. Let's go back here. Just do it. Just go through it. Before we look at the charts, which we done already did, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. You lose critical detail and advanced platform features on a mobile screen. So be advised, trading from your phone is usually the least effective way for managing your assets. To see every detail, use a full trading platform and watch these streams on your computer or TV, and use your phone as a last resort. Now, let's look at, this was part of the script and we didn't already looked at Ulta, and that's what it was telling me to do. So I'm just gonna tell on myself instead of faking it. Just tell you I messed up. So let's go to the next part I'm supposed to talk about. Back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. And if you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, and the Cash App and all of that is down in the description and on the ticker on the screen. All right, still no chat. So let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500 market close and see what the index did today by using the SPY ETF. So let's take this ticker off and we're going to go over to that. So monitor and right here. Okay, so when we back over here, go to the symbol box, SPY. And here's the trading range we've been looking at. So the price fell further out of that trading range. So let's zoom in and just go over, because we already running behind on time. We usually a lot further than what we are now. So put the floating data box back on and let's read the stats for today. So the SPY ETF opened today at $669.27. They had a high of $672.34. They had a low of $661.36, and they closed today at $662.29 with a trading range of $10.98. And when we go down and look at the trading volume, I've been teaching you how to read the labels. So the volume percentile, the volume rank percentile for today was 85.3%. So out of the 255 trading days, 252 trading days in the last year, only 37 of those days had more volume than today. So that's very high. They had an extremely high trading volume today. It says the trading volume was 97 million trades, not trades, shares. Shares of that ETF was traded today. 97 million of them, almost short of 100 million, nearly 100 million. They had more volume yesterday. It looks like they had more volume yesterday. Wow. So yesterday was one of those 37 days that was above the volume of today. So today had less volume, but it fell further. So this was the close yesterday of $666.06. And then today it closed at $662.29 with less volume, but it still fell further. Wow. Okay. No chat. All right. So this ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the index performance, the S&P 500 index. That's what we just looked at. So now let's look at today's winners and losers. First, we are going to look at the loser so we can end the night on a high note. All right. The biggest loser we're going to look at first. All right. So let's go over here to the charts. And we're going to go to Market Watch. When we go to Market Watch, we are already in the S&P 500, but I'm going to show you how to get there. Get to that watch list, then we go to Market Recap, which I already have it on. So click percentage change. Now here is what I was warning you about at the beginning of the live stream. We featured ULTA today, right? Wouldn't you know it? They're the biggest loser today. And because we done already went as long as we did today, I could just use this as a cheat code because we spent so much time talking about other stuff today. I think I want to spare you the trouble of looking at these other companies because they look weird. But I'm going to just tell you what my plan was. So my plan was to just go down the list to the next one, right? Look at this. The next biggest loser is Adobe. We featured Adobe yesterday. So they were the featured earnings report that we just did a stream on yesterday. So that would be going over something that we just went over. So I'm like, okay, let's go to the next one. So I look at the next biggest loser, and it's some unknown, it's unknown to me. I ain't gonna say it's an unknown company, but it's unknown to me. So I said, we'll just do this one. And wouldn't you know it, it's one of my least favorite ones to do, which is the healthcare sector, where I got to mumble and jumble over these words, and I don't know nothing about these illnesses and diseases and cures and pharmaceutical stuff. You hear it in my voice. Like I told you, I'm glad it's Friday. So I'm going to just go over this one real quick. We're not going to dive deep into it because I don't want this show to run into like an hour or something like that. But I just wanted to tell you what we had going on. So we go over to analyze. So the ticker symbol for this company is PODD, P-O-D-D, and it's in the healthcare sector. We're going to go down to the company profile. Let me take me off the screen. And we're going to read a little bit. Here's their website. We're going to read a little bit about this company. So Insulet Corporation develops, manufactures, and sells insulin delivery systems for people with insulin-dependent diabetes in the United States and internationally. The company offers Omnipod platform products comprising Omnipod 5 automatic 5 automated insulin delivery system, which includes a proprietary aid algorithm embedded in the pod that integrates with a third-party continuous glucose monitor to obtain glucose values through wireless Bluetooth communication. So this sounds like people can monitor their glucose from their phone or some other device communicating through Bluetooth. Omnipod Dash insulin management system that features a Bluetooth-enabled pod that is controlled by a smartphone, like personal diabetes manager with a color touchscreen user interface, and the Omnipod insulin management system. I know it ain't that much further, but like I said, we press for time. So let's just go ahead and hit their website, bring this over and blow it up. F11, put me back on the screen and take the sticker off. You know what? I like the way we had it when we did the... Nah, we gonna leave that for the earnings. Maybe, let's try it. Let's just try it. For kicks and giggles, let's just try it. Let's do it this way. But see, it's cutting off some of the information on the screen when we do it this way. Let me see if I zoom out. Can I put it? No, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. I tried it. So let's go back to monitoring cam. You see how more of the stuff popped up on the screen over here? That was cut off when we tried it the other way. But I can still blow them up to see them a little bit better and keep the stuff on the screen. What's that, 125? Okay. Insulet, a world where diabetes demands less every day, everywhere. Born of empathy, driven by ingenuity, proven by science, we transform the lives of people with diabetes. Learn more about us. All right, remember, I told you we press for time now. I want to get through this. So we're not going to read as much as I normally do because we are already 30 minutes into the show. So let's browse over and do the picture thing. Let's just get some of these pictures and make some jokes. Immediately we see more men. And if you've been following me with the life insurance stuff, statistically, women live longer than men. So now when we go over to the website, it ain't got nothing to do with beauty. We go to the healthcare sector. Now we got way more men in here as customers. So we see 1, 2. He get 1, 2 himself. Look how happy he is to have diabetes. Boy, I tell you. And here's the app for your phone. Another, boy, I'm telling you, another dude. Okay, they working. They got some women here. So these look like employees. They don't look like people not suffering, but having the illness of diabetes or being customers with needing their services to help them with diabetes. I want to be empathetic of that. It is a lot of people dealing with that as an issue. It's not something to make light of. So yeah. Patents. Down here at the bottom, I see contact us. We're looking for the company information or the investor information. I don't see that at the bottom. So we see about Insulet, and there's investors over here in the upper right-hand corner. So let's go. They got our impact and about Insulet. So let's see here. Our mission. Hopefully all this is on the same page. So let's just go ahead. Okay, about Insulet. Insulet, NASDAQ, so they trade on the NASDAQ. The ticker symbol is POD, P-O-D-D, is an innovative medical device company transforming the lives of people with diabetes and other conditions through its Omnipod delivery system. So I'm guessing this is their way of letting you know it's waterproof. Born of empathy, driven by ingenuity, proven by science, we transform the lives of people with diabetes. Our leadership, our history, after a father's determination to free his son from the burden of daily insulin injections was the driving force that created Insulet in 2000. So the company is about 26 years old, and it was out of a father's determination to free his son. That's beautiful. That legacy of compassion still drives us today. Growth with purpose, global presence. Our products are accessible in 25 countries in North America, Europe, Middle East, and Asia Pacific. Every day, we are actively working to reach more customers around the world. All right, let's find our stock information. It's over here. Investors. Investor relations. Trade on the NASDAQ, which we just found out. Last trading price, $219.84. They lost $16.23 today, which was a 6.88% drop. About Insulet. Insulet Corporation is an innovative medical device company based in Acton, Massachusetts. It was founded in 2000 with the mission of improving the lives of people with diabetes, specifically through our revolutionary Omnipod insulin management system. We seek to expand the use of insulin pump therapy. All right, latest news. Let's see if we can find us some charts. It looks like they let me click on this. Well, wouldn't you know? That's one way to get over there. Now, did they change the size? Do I need to zoom in? Yes, I do. All right, so I zoomed in. And let me not block this. Block it. All right, so we can see the percentage change, days open, previous close, volume, intraday high. The links for this website are down in the description if you want to take your time and review this a little further on your own time. This, I think, it's a program that offers these services to these companies because these charts look the same. They look similar. Like if they are different, it looked like it's provided by the same service somehow. But this is one of those limited ones you can't change the style of. You can change the time frame. These are the volume bars, and they're using a line chart, and they all in the same spot, so it's hard to see. You got to mouse over and then read it. So it's a NASDAQ. This is the date is at the bottom. The price is right here. I can't move it. It's going to move what we're looking at. But if you look real hard, the label at the bottom is the day and the date. Then our volume is in the middle, and then the other indicator at the top is telling you the price during that day. So you got to take your time and read these little things on here to see what you want to see from there. Or you can go to the platform over here that we always be using anyway. All right. And we got to move on to this other company. So let's just get out of here. Let's get out of here. Out of here, out of here. We can go over here and look at them on this chart. And that's a heck of a decline, guys. So let me use this tool right quick to show you what I mean by this decline. I'm going to put it at this high. This floating box be killing me when I'm trying to show something. All right, I'm going to put it at this high. So I linked it to, I want to start at the bottom. I already know I want to start at the bottom because it's already tripping. The data box that I need is going to be where I started from. So I'm going to start at the bottom. So from today's low to this high of $354.88, when I mouse over it, they put it at the top anyway. Oh my gosh. All right, can I pull it? Yeah, I can pull it down. So now when I mouse over, it's going to give us this information. So the trading range right here from that low, which you can't see anymore because I need to move it. Let me decrease it. There we go. All right. That data box is telling me that out of 114 trading days, this stock fell 39%, which was a loss of $138.39 from that high to the low of today. And you see how this is highlighted, like that floating box. It says the low of $216.49 and then the high of $354.88. That's the 52-week high and the 52-week low on a 1-year chart. Now, I wish it was a way for me to show you that real quick. We closed all of that information. Oh, is it a way to pull it up real quick on here? I don't know. I'm gonna look at that a different day. I ain't gonna get too much further into this on this one. But that's how we do that. So we're gonna remove that and we're gonna look at the winner. Let's go to the winner. So we go to Market Watch, flip this to the winner. And here's the other thing that I was telling you about at the beginning of the show. We already did a show on SanDisk. So SanDisk is the winner again. And I don't want to go over SanDisk because we already went over it. So the second winner for today is Aries. We're going to do Aries. So their previous close was $96.50. And today they had a close of $101.76. So they had a percentage change of 5.45%. So if you invested $1,000, I should know this stuff by heart now as much as we've been doing it. $1,000, it should be a $54.50 profit. But let's just check it. Times 0.0545. There you go, $54.50. If you had invested $1,000, getting it at this previous closing price and selling it at the closing price of today. That's the 5.45% gain on your $1,000 investment, the ROI. So let's look at this company real quick. We're going to do this kind of fast. All right. Ares, ticker symbol ARES. They are in the financial sector. Let me take me off the screen and put this disclaimer back up. There we go. So here's the website. Let's read a little bit about the company. The full name of the company is Ares Management Corporation. So Ares Management Corporation operates as an alternative asset manager. Its direct lending group segment provides financing solutions to small to medium-sized companies. The company's private equity group segment specializes in growth capital, middle market, mezzanine, distressed, and growth buyouts. The firm seeks to invest in healthcare services, energy, industrials, and consumer. The firm seeks to take that don't sound right, but I'm gonna read it how they said it. The firm seeks to take majority, minority, and share control investments primarily in undercapitalized companies in North America, Europe, Asia, Southeast Asia, and Australia. Let's go to their website because we do not read everything anyway. All right, boom, put me back on the screen. Take the disclaimer off. There we go. All right, let's blow this up some. My first impression of the website is that it's very plain. That's my first impression. Advanced Together, Ares Management is a leading global alternative investment manager offering clients complementary primary and secondary investment solutions across the credit, real estate, private equity, and infrastructure asset classes. Now, I want to point something out to you. Did you notice how on the websites where their product is something they actually sell, like it doesn't make you money, like it's something that you're using, something that's going for you, that make you, like the beauty products. You saw how much effort they put into that website to make it beautiful, colorful, bright, vibrant, everybody all happy and all of that stuff when it was makeup. But then this one is about your investments, like growing your money, and the website is boring. I wonder if you noticed that. Global Alternative Investments. We are a global alternative investment manager that has generated cycle-tested performance for investors since our inception in 1997. Latest news and views, Ares overview. Latest news, our views. These are articles. Our businesses, credit, real estate, private equity, infrastructure, secondaries, other businesses, broaden distribution channels, public vehicles, Ares Management Corporation, Ares Capital Corporation, Ares Commercial Real Estate Corporation. Ares public funds allow retail investors to access the experience of the Ares platform. Okay, down at the bottom, terms of use, nope, go up to the top. Investor resources right here, about Ares, our global reach, Ares history, impact people. Let's go to our global reach. Ares global platform. Our global presence and local market perspective is supported by over 4,200 employees operating across the Americas, Europe, Asia Pacific, and the Middle East. Ares believes that the insights derived from collaboration across our global platform is a differentiator in our business. Our footprint, the Americas, Europe, Middle East, Asia Pacific. Okay, they got one in South America. No, I think that's two in South America. What's this one? They won't let you click on it. But okay, Ares office locations, Europe and Middle East, the Americas. So that's North America. I don't see anything. I don't know these places. There it is. I think that one's going to be That's Brazil. Where's another one that looked like it might be? That's New York. Redondo Beach. Oh, that's California. Rutherford. I'm curious. Is this one? Yeah, that don't look. Greer, South Carolina. All right. So let's find the stock information. Stock information. Where are we? I don't see the stuff. Here we go. Investor relations. Quantitative limited partners. Guys, this got a lot going on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have not seen an investors relations section like this, and I think this is because they are actually an investment company. So since they're an actual, let's change the way this look. Since they are an actual investment company, they got a whole bunch of investment stuff on here under the investor resources that doesn't look like it just takes you to the actual stock. And I'm not gonna click all through this. Wait a minute. Ares Capital Corporation. Nope. See, that's a different ticker symbol. Here it is. Ares Management Corporate. ARES NYSE. Whew. All right. Investor resources. Are you a partner? Webcast. Investor resources. Ares Management. Where's the stock information? I don't even see it. Let's go here. All right. Latest happenings. I just want the stock information. How we looked at it before. Are you a limited partner? They telling you got to log in to get the investor resources. Here goes stock information. Got it. Okay. Common share information. I don't see it. Oh my goodness. Dividends. It's general information. They make you sign in to get the stock information. I'm clicking. I don't see it. They asking you to email. Did you see that? If I go to common share information, it says notify me with the end of day stock quote. Is that an email? Like they asking you for your email information? Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. They don't have this public information posted on their website. I wonder if that's strategic. Like they don't want you to invest in the company that way. They want you to pay them to make investments for you since they're an investment company. So they don't want you to invest in their company. They want you to give them your money so they can go invest in stuff. So they don't have the thing on there for you to do it, for you to get, I hope that ain't what they doing, but that's what I think. That's my personal opinion. But we got through it. And this was a long show to not feel like doing it, but we got through it. So let me get my energy back up. You already know. I hope that you learned something and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the whole life insurance link I have down in the description. And part 4 did come out today. So now if you've seen the first 3 parts and you haven't checked out the 4th one, get the rest of that information. Trust me, you will not regret it. And make sure you tune in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care and God bless you.